I don't think people understand how important pensions are. Do you understand how important a pension is?
First of all, what is a pension? Because honestly, I didn't even know what a pension was until I started my government job. So let's talk about it. In easy terms, a pension is basically a set paycheck that you're going to receive every month after you retire until the day that you die.
I don't think you guys understand how important having a pension is when you retire from your job. I'm talking to my 9-to-5 brothers, my 9-to-5 workers. A pension is very important because if you got a pension, you ain't got to save as much money. You know, let's say you're 62 years old, you retired as a teacher. You're going to probably live to about 80. So you got 18 years left after retirement. Let's say your retirement is $2,400 a month. For 18 years, you're looking at, I don't know, I think it's like $518,000 for 18 years. That's how much you're going to get for that 20 years at $2,400 a month. Come on. That's a good pension. That means you don't have to save up $500,000. Now let's add that to your Social Security account. Let's say you get Social Security as well, about the same amount. So that's another $518,000. So you put that together, that's $1 million right there that you ain't had to save up. Then add on to your Roth account that I always tell you guys to put in, maybe some brokerage accounts. You're good. But if you're a regular job guy, you don't have a pension, you need to have 3 accounts. You need to have 3 payments coming in when you retire. You're going to need 3 sources of income when you retire. If you don't have retirement, you're going to have to create it. If you got rental property, that's 1, right? So that's rental property income you got coming in. You got your Social Security, that's 2. And then you got your Roth IRA, that's 3. For you guys that got pensions, you're good because you got your pension, your Social Security, and you still got to have something else, like a Roth account or your brokerage account, you know? So that's 3 accounts. You pull in like $6,000, $7,000 a month, you're good. Let's say you take your behind overseas, you're even better, right? But for you guys who don't have pensions, you're going to have to figure it out. You guys are going to have to figure it out. You guys are going to have to create some accounts, create some type of retirement accounts so you guys can have some money when you retire. You need 3 sources of income. Like I said again, I'm going to say it again. If you don't have a pension, you're going to need like a rental income. If you don't have rental income, you're going to have a Roth IRA. You're going to have your Social Security waiting on you. But you need three types of income coming in if you're old. And that's what my goal is. My goal is to make sure I have 3 sources of income when I'm finally finished. You need that. You're going to have 3 sources of income to definitely make it when you retire. Let's say you don't have retirement. You just starting out, you got $0, right? You got 20 years, you 50. You're 50 years old, you want to have $500,000 like at 70, right? What you do, you put in $500 a month. You put in $500 a month at 12%. You put your money in a nice index fund like the VOO, the VTI, or some type of mutual fund that's going to give you back like 12% a year. You do that for 20 years. Start at $0. You put in $500 every month for 20 years. You're looking at $489,000, close to $500,000 when you add on the dividends. So if you're 50 years old, you're 40 years old, you're 30 years old, even if you're 60 years old, you plan on working for a longer time, you ain't got no money saved up, you got $0, starting at $0, put in $500 a month in the S&P 500 index fund, something solid that's going to give you back 10 to 11, 12% a year. You do that for 20 years, 10 to 12% return in investment, like a nice index fund. With the dividends, you're looking at $489,000, close to $500,000 a year. I did the math already. You're good. 20 years. You do that, you're good. So don't say you don't have it, because you got it. $0, you're just starting out your first day, starting today. You want some retirement money, put in $500 a month in S&P 500.
So let's go ahead and get into it. So teachers on average make or become millionaires at a greater clip than most professions. Now, teachers are notoriously underpaid for the level of education and credentials that they have to actually become teachers. So what is the reason? What are the 2 reasons why teachers become millionaires more than most professions? Well, one is Teachers have to learn how to live within their means. They have to live within their means because they're not getting paid all this money. So they have to learn. That's the one thing. They have to learn to live within their means and even below their means. And the second thing is teachers have a system built in place to start saving money. Like for instance, you become a teacher at 22 years old, right out of college, and then you set up your 401k, and then you start right there at 22 years old. You start putting in, say, $250 per check into your 401k over 35 years. You know what that is? That is $1.6 million in a 401k ready, and they get pensions as well. So what did we learn from this? Well, two things. We got to live below our means. And the second thing is you need to start early in investing. Now, it doesn't need to be just teachers. It could be anybody that does this, that starts investing early.
You are going to have to figure out what you want to do and how you're going to live when you retire. How much you need to have. You need to figure it out. You need to figure out what income you're going to have when you retire. What type of income? How would you get there? How can you retire? Do you want to work forever? If you don't want to work forever, you need to look at my videos. Subscribe, like, and comment, but you need to look at my videos. I lay it all out for you. You need to invest in the S&P 500. If you don't have money, you're starting at zero, put in $500 a month for 20 years. In 20 years from now, you'll have $500,000. No excuse. If you put in $500 a month for 20 years in the S&P 500 that gives you 10 to 12% back, you're going to have $500,000. You take that $500,000, you put into a nice dividend account that pay you 6 to 8% back. You take your butt overseas and you live comfortably. That's how you do it. But you got to figure out a way to get $500 a month. You do some second jobs like DoorDash or Uber, whatever you got to do. Maybe rent your place out, rent a room out. But you need $500 a month. If you don't have that, put in $250 a month until you can get to $500 a month. Maybe you have to put in some extra years. But you can do it. It's never too late. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. You can't invest, or an investment's for rich people. No, you got to invest. If you want to retire comfortably, if you want to retire and not work till you're like 80 years old, you got to start now. There's no excuse. If you don't have a pension, start now. Especially when you don't have a pension, you got to start now. And if you do have a pension, you still should put in the Roth IRA. As a matter of fact, I recommend that you have a Roth IRA regardless, and a secondary brokerage account. Why not? Why not add extra money? It's never too late to invest. A lot of people are going to tell you don't do it. The stock market is for crooks. It's a scam. The economy is going to fall. All this other stuff. Don't listen to that nonsense. There's going to be people tell you that the economy is run by one person. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about politics. Don't worry about all that crap. Just invest. Invest in the S&P 500. They're the greatest 500 companies in the world. Strong companies. We buy them every day. We put our money into these companies every single day. But you're going to have to decide what you want to do. You want to be a bum? You want to be an old bum? You want to be struggling? Or you want to be sitting on the beach somewhere chilling with a Mai Tai in your hand? You want to be chilling in the sun, under the sun? You want to be living overseas? Or you want to live in Hawaii? Oh, maybe not Hawaii. Maybe in Florida. If you're that type of person, you want to live in America, and you want to live in Florida, you want to live under the sun, then you got to start making a choice right now. It's time to make that choice, man. So when people who have pensions, start your Roth IRA. If you already started, try to figure out a way you can add more. I'm still trying to figure out a way how I can add more to my retirement account. Because I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Nowhere near where I want to be when I'm retired. I got a while, but you know what? I'm preparing now. That's why I'm making these videos. I'm making these videos for my 9-to-5 brothers who don't have anything, who don't know, or who maybe need some inspiration, or maybe see another guy do it. I got a video on a portfolio for my 9-to-5 brothers. 11 stocks. Each week we put in $50 a week, and we buy the greatest companies. We got good companies like Google. We got Amazon. We got Nike. We got Starbucks. We got some good companies that we invest in every single week. I need you guys to like and subscribe, comment on the channel, and then pay attention to what I'm doing in that portfolio. We're only at $277. We're not nowhere near where we want to be. We're just starting out. It's 5 weeks in. We put in $50 a week. Watch it grow. 10 years from now, it's going to be up there like a lot. Watch it grow. And that also gets you in the habit of buying stocks. You need to buy stocks all the time, even if it's $10, $20, $5. It doesn't matter. Did you know on Cash App, you can put in $5 and buy stocks on Cash App? Yes, you can buy stocks each day on Cash App, $5 worth. You can put $1 in it. It doesn't matter. But you got to start. You got to start right now. You can't play around, man. Can't play around. That's what these videos is about. This what this is all about. This is what the channel's all about. It's not about money for me. It's about education. I'm trying to financially educate you people. All my 9-to-5 brothers, my people who think the stock market is a joke, or my people don't like politics and they think politics is ruining the stock market. Don't worry about politics. And I also made a video about that. Don't worry about the politics. Don't be emotional when it comes to the stock market. You just keep investing every single damn week. Take out some money and dollar cost average in. Don't listen to that nonsense. I'm going to keep making these damn videos until I get the people understanding what's really going on. Because nobody told me about this crap when I was younger. Luckily, I started 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I'll be good for my retirement. But you got to start now. You cannot play around, right? Not you. Especially if you guys got pensions, man. You got pensions. You need to put some money away so you could be living like a king overseas. You know what I'm saying? Take your money overseas, man. You ain't got to live over here in America. You don't have to be here when you're retired. You can live comfortably overseas somewhere. And I'm always just trying to inspire people to live overseas, man. When I was in the military, I lived overseas. It's beautiful over there. It's beautiful. There's no hate, no shade against America because I love this country and I made a lot of money. I shouldn't say I made a lot of money, but I had a good job in this country. I got a career in this country, and I ain't leaving until I'm done. But I'm just telling you, take your money, take your pension, invest in a Roth IRA, a brokerage account, start saving in a high yield savings account, put some money away. Stock market is the greatest engine to wealth. I wish somebody would have told me this a long time ago, but it's never too late. If you put in $500 a month for 20 years at 10 to 12% in an index fund or a mutual fund or some type of high growth account, index fund or ETF for 20 years, you'll be at $500,000. Now that's not a lot, I get it, but it's better than what you have right now. And that's real. That's real. Keep your econ 100. You already know.